class I'm doing is always dedicated for Ilui Nishmato of my father, my late father, Sami Shmuel ben Mercedes. And today we're here to share about the heart wisdom concept and to take time to really feel and reflect on this present moment, and more than that, on you. So how do we do it? So first of all, we connect to the heart-mind connection. To improve your state of mind about life, you also have to connect and know how you feel within your heart about life. And the concept is really to check in and see if you're willing to invest in yourself and do the work, and to develop to and evolve to a higher place of from where you are right now. So when I'm talking about evolving, I'm talking about cognitively, emotionally, and spiritually. Because if we don't do a work of body, mind, and soul, it doesn't matter. You can train your body all day long at the gym. At the end of the day, if you don't work the muscle of the mind and spirit, it will get you. So in the next 30 minutes, I will be talking, and I will leave questions toward the end. So any questions you have, you can write it down on your notebook, and I will answer it at the end. Also, the notebook is important for you to do a writing exercise, and that we're going to do toward the middle end. And it's going to really reflect on some introspect exercise within yourself. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Liat Berko. I'm the mother of 2 teenage boys. I grew up in France, then we moved to Israel. I lived in New York for like 19 years, and now I'm in Miami for the past 5 years. I have a master in psychology, and I've always been in self-development. I've been many years learning at the Landmark Education. I consumed courses of Tony Robbins, etc. I'm a producer, I'm a businesswoman and an entrepreneur, and my dreams are my reality. But the thing is that my life experience and my worst challenges in event in life really brought me to become a teacher and a coach today. So enough about me, because today we're here to talk about you and get you one step closer to yourself. So we all go through something in life. The question is, how do we react to it and how it affects our relationship with our loved one? So really take a moment to think about your real challenges in life with yourself. What bothers you? Where you're not fulfilled? And what would you like for you to happen and to be more happy or more satisfied or more complete? Like, can you see it in your imagination? Can you touch on one thing that it bothers you? We all have that one thing that is like gapping us from getting to a hole. And when you look at it in your imagination, also feel it in your heart. Okay? And now even write it down for yourself and stay with me. Okay? Stay with it. And what I really want to talk to you is more about intimacy, because intimacy is into me, I see. The more I see into myself, the more am I able to see into other people's. So what happens when we have challenges in life and we are not feeling good with ourselves? And sometimes we feel like we have like a bad day, or we're not in a mood, or we don't feel we're on the right path. And most of the time we're struggling in our head. So when something like that happens, what emotions comes up? So it can be sadness, can be at times even depression, frustration, unsatisfaction, maybe not fulfilled, or just wanted to leave or quit. But basically at the end of the day, it's like something within ourselves is not complete, is not happy. And the thing is that sometimes we look for happiness from the outside. Okay, we look at it from we expect it from our partners a lot of times, from our friends, parents, sometimes even from my kids, from our children, without realizing it. And these feelings start penetrating into our relationship and making them worse, and it's affecting them and it's piling up. And then we go into a loop of unsatisfaction that grow bigger. But it can also be the opposite. The more I'm in peace with myself and the more I can be in peace with others. So, but we cannot hold two places at the same times. Either we're happy or we're sad. Either I'm pregnant or I'm not pregnant. Like either I'm angry or I'm at peace. So the question is, how do we stop the bad loop and we get out of it? And how do we learn to recognize it when it's coming to hit us? So it's really think about it, like, because you really have to pause everything in the moment and not be reactive to the situation, but pausing it and observing the situation. So it's all a matter of doing the work. And I call it avodat emet. Because at the end of the day, we are afraid to face ourselves, right? Because it requires some guts, most of it more of willpower, ratzon, and courage, omits. Otherwise, what happened? We numb ourselves into bad habits, and that's numb our emotion. It's numbing our emotions, so we don't feel anything. So we substitute it with drugs and medications or alcohol or food addictions or even sex or porno addictions, but anything that can really take you out of your way, out of the real reality and out of the emet. So how do we go out of the automatic loop on the moment of truth? Like berega emet, how do we know that we're in a bad loop, and how do we retrieve ourselves from it? So here at the Heart Wisdom, we're working on our consciousness, and it's like going to the gym and working my body muscles, basically our self thoughts. And we're meeting our real thoughts, our subconscious, so we can reach achdut. What is achdut? Achdut is like to be one between my thoughts and my heart. Because when I'm not in one, I lose my balance, and it's like a domino effect. And then I go back into that bad loop. So it requires a lot of responsibility, right? First, by recognizing my thoughts, that and they're the ones who are basically leading me, like our ancestors says, "Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila." The end of our actions and behavior starts with our first thought. And how do we get into a place where we're more conscious about the way we are thinking and behaving? So this is where we all start now, and you're going to get your 4 tools where you're going to that you're going to study today, and feel free to write them down as I speak. So the first one is really to connect, and connecting is done most of the time by disconnecting from what? So it's basically removing obstacles that really are in the way. Obstacles, if it's phones, TV, whatever is in the way to bring us to a more pure platform within ourselves. So whatever helped me out was to observe a technological Shabbat and really keep it quiet for 25 hours. Because then I was able to explore myself. I was able to read, to meditate, to ask questions, get answers, to be in nature, to be more present, to meet myself. And when I was meeting myself, I was able to meet my surrounding in a much more vibrant way. But mostly, the second tool now is to be an observer, to observe. What do I mean by observing? Is really looking at the situation without reacting to it, by observing it, thinking about it, taking it in. Okay, sometimes, most of the time, when we have complex situation, the key is really to remove ourselves and observe it like a third party, because pausing time allow us to be more present in the moment, and then we're less reactive to any situation that comes our way, any argument or person that is giving us a discomfort or triggering us. So we are observing. And when we are observing, we're able to, the third one, to reflect. If you're going to see it on my website, the first sentence that I'm actually opening it is, my external world is a reflection of my inner world. What do you mean like how do we understand it? Whatever we see outside of us is basically a reflection of everything that is happening inside of us. So if something upsets you, you have the choice on any given moment how to react to it. So it's very hard to really upset a person that is calm within himself, right? So if an event also come your way, ask ask questions like, why is it happening? What is my message here? What I'm here to understand. Okay, go to your higher consciousness level and see and reflect on it. What is here for myself to really get? And remember, life is happening for you. Okay, it's not against you, even though sometimes it might look like it. Okay, for example, when it hurts so much when you lose someone, right? I experienced my father passing away, and there's nothing in your control that you can do about it. So you have to surrender. And through that, you're experiencing life, and then you're going to your higher level. And that brings you to the four key, who that is the realization, to realize this is the aha moment. So that's exactly when now you understand why you had to go through all that pain. I had to divorce my husband so I can learn from the best teachers, the best rabbis, the best shamans and psychologists, the tools for shalom bayit, so I can be of service of others and help couples keep their shalom bayit. Okay, so it's all start with us. And in the study of the heart wisdom, we do the work and we ask the questions and we connect once a week and we observe our life situation. We also reflect and we realize into the messages that are here given to us. So I'm giving you a little exercise right now to do between you and yourself, and I invite you to choose a topic that doesn't stand in a good place in your life. Okay, just hold on something that is not aligned with you and write it down. I'm going to do it myself as well. And now, when you observe it, you can actually, in a very quick way, see how you sabotage the situation. When you reflect on it and you realize that when you're really thinking about it from a more conscious way, when you're departing yourself from that space that you're holding. For example, why am I not able to control my eating habits? Okay. And I'm the one standing in the way of it. I'm sabotaging that situation. And when we go deeper and deeper, we can understand the source of it. So the more we talk about it, the more we are in this consciousness, in that conversation, the more we take responsibility of our life, and the less we blame others for our own misery, the less we remain in the loop of the victim, and the more we empower ourselves to get into the loop of achdut, of positivity, of responsibility. But that requires practice. And this is the value that we bring when we do the work. We explore ourselves and we explore our thoughts and our behaviors. And we learn how to connect from a positive state of mind. And we are digging and finding all the answer from within. And what happened is that step by step, we're really able to evolve. And you can count on me that I will always bring you back to yourself, because I always, as myself, looked for other people to give me answers. But all my teachers really taught me how hard it is to get the answer from myself. And because I'm able today to do it, I have the tools to teach you how you can get the answers from yourselves. So by doing this work, I'm only your reflection. Okay? But by doing the work with me, I will really help you to get answers from yourself. So before we go into personal questions, for those who would like to commit and bring the study into their routine, I will present for you how you can do the work in 3 stages. So first we explore it. And then this is basically what we did here today by coming and listening to the webinar. And the second step is to expand and take the course. And the third step is to evolve and keeping it on a weekly matter of keeping on the conversation. So the second step, really, the course that is coming is actually starting every other 6 weeks. So it's going on for 6 weeks. The one coming up is in February 15, and it's every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're in LA or in Israel, you can join us at your own time zone. And we meet once a week for an hour and a half. And this is where you get all the terminology of the work. You learn how to speak that new language and you learn to observe. And we also read super inspirational psukim and text from Yamima and Breslov and psychology. And we do writing exercise on the subject, which is like a therapy for ourselves. We do our own thinking and we learn how to observe in the present about our essence and who we are and who we are being. And this is also where I'm going to teach you tricks of connecting to your soul and how to be present. So although the work is done in a group, it is super individual because I'm doing most of the talking and the reflection is basically between you and your notebook where you write down your thoughts and you're able to elevate and connect to your subconscious. The course costs $400, but if you register today, you'll get a 10% off. That means you'll pay only $360. And the special discount is valid for 24 hours. So hurry up and make up your decision today. The discount code is welcome. And this specific study is not for everyone. It's either you feel it and you want it, or you're not. Either, it shouldn't be complicated. Either you felt something for yourself today and you really want to take on it, but it requires really to do the work. You have to be consistent with it. And it's a courageous step because you want to dig in, and it's not easy, but you will for sure see results. I know from myself, I'm still a student myself, and I know from my own students how it helped them and changed their life and helped them with their relationship in life. So, and everything that triggers you, will allow you to really reflect on allowing you to listen deep into your soul and live into a more significant life. So, if you have any problems committing to the work, you can also reflect and observe where are in your life, where else in your life you have problems committing in other areas of your life. So if you need time to explore more, I invite you to actually get a lot of inspiration for free at your own time through my channels and social media. You can find me at euphoriastate.com. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow up with an email, and I'm going to send you my link tree, which I'm going to post here on the chat soon. You're going to get the recording of today's webinar, the link to register to the course with a special code that is valid for only 24 hours. And please, if you see something for yourself, feel free to pass it forward to a friend that you think will benefit from listening to this webinar. So if you didn't do so until now, you're welcome to follow Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, my podcast on Spotify, and visit my beautiful website that has a whole list of inspirational books that I read, and I highly recommend them. So, with that being said, I really want to thank you for your time and for your listening and to being here today. And I will open the chat for you to ask any question you have in mind. And this is where I stop the recording.